Rich people don't want to become poor. Rich people either want to maintain their money or become richer. This is just the harsh reality of life. Forget just moving just of life. You see, there's so many different aspects of this whole thing. So I'm trying to, break it down because look, there was a time when I wanted to be an actor. And it's funny though because I also was a background actor in a few films, like what's it called? Rises, Skyfall. I think there's a Jack Ryan movie and World War Z. Background actor. And let me just start then I'll go to the writers and everything. So one of the proposals is so if you're like a background actor, they take like a body image of you, and what they can now do is pretty much have a digital reproduction of you in the background. So when you see a massive, huge scene, like I was like in this massive scene in Jakarta with loads of people, all those guys will just pretty much be digital guys, all produced by AI. And then I was watching like a YouTube thing, and this actress was saying that, but you can easily tell the difference. How can you do digital reproduction of someone when the audience can tell when that's real or not real? No, you can't. You see, for actors to do that for AI, they tech into there. So them trying to do a digital reproduction of an actor, you're going to look freaking stupid because people can easily tell the acting of somebody who is human and someone who's not human. Because the tech ends here now, and it won't be here like in 10, 20 years time. But for background actors that are in the background, not the foreground, remember your eyes are focusing on the foreground. On the background, especially if it's a large crowd, the hell do they need to pay you for? So when I was a background actor for the day, I was paid like $150 pounds for the day. So imagine you have like a huge scene. That's like hundreds of people, and each of them you're going to pay them like $150 for a day. You now have a digital reproduction. That cost is now slashed. So it makes great financial sense. It's harsh, may not be fair, but it makes great financial sense. And for a lot of people, they say, okay, look, $500, $600 for us to just keep a digital reproduction for you for the rest of life. Guys, like, yeah, hell yeah. Because a lot of people who are background actors don't actually end up to get into acting and say, I did it because I wanted just to get some to do networking. So I thought, okay, if I could just get here, maybe I can network with people. But even in Rises, I even shook the hand of that arrogant bum, Nolan. But for a lot of people who are background actors, they are just doing it. Oh, this is cool. I want to be in a movie or a film like that. Oh, that's cool. I want to see how this is made and everything. So, like, guys, like, oh, I want to just be in a James Bond film or see them be how they do a freaking scene. So, a lot of guys who are background actors, they wouldn't actually not care. So, put that one side. Streaming. This is tricky. So, streaming destroyed the music industry, completely destroyed it because record companies somehow these guys managed to get away with streaming of like, yeah, you've got loads of streams, but we'll pay you like 2 cents per stream. So to actually earn any money, you've got to be doing like Drake streams. Hence why most musical artists they don't make money through streaming; they make money through live shows. So if you're not performing live, you ain't earning no money, especially not from streaming. But the issue was in the music industry, there was never a moment where they were getting residuals. The money they were getting were from album sales. So remember, Get Rich or Die Trying, Illmatic, all these things, 69.999, and a portion of that will now go to the artist. Nobody buys CDs anymore. CD stores don't exist. Everybody is now streaming, and you are earning way less from streaming than you are from those CDs. For film people, specifically TV people, so Martin Lawrence still gets residuals from the syndication of the Martin Show. Will Smith still gets residuals from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So there are shows that have been off the air for ages, but they're so popular, they have reruns. And in all of those reruns, the stars of the show get those residuals. So Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, is it Larry David, the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm? All this Seinfeld, they're good because they're getting residuals because of the show's being rerun. For streaming, they don't have that because someone they took streaming and they hid the I think it's called the Nielsen ratings. Because when you have the Nielsen ratings, that's where you have the amount of figures, and that is where you can now get a portion that, okay, if certain amounts of views, you get this percentage, boom. But if they're hiding the streaming figures, they're like, sorry, we can't pay you. So the difference here between the music industry is, in the music industry, oh yeah, these are the streams, but there was never a precedence of giving you residuals because you just got hardcore percentage from album sales. But for TV, there was a history of getting residuals from TV shows like Fresh Prince and the Martin Lawrence. But the difference, though, is now they've now gone into streaming and they're now hiding it because they know that, oh, there is a history here of getting residuals. And if you show these guys how many streams that House of Cards gets, how many streams that House of the Dragon gets, and these shows, oh, well, screwed. Like, guys said, like, I remember Orange is the New Black was a massive show, huge show. Like, I didn't watch it, but it was a huge show. And guys said, I ain't like peanuts from it. And we all know that that show was one of the most watched shows when it came out. See, I don't know how this gets resolved. Because, you see, this thing, okay, let me just break this down. See, writers are important. You see, we just see the actors, we just see the Denzels, we see the DiCaprios, we see the Joaquin Phoenixes, we see the Viola Davises, the Meryl Streeps. Actors can't do anything without those guys writing. Most of the reason why a lot of films are garbage is because the writing is garbage. Yes, Heat has Michael Mann, sorry, maybe Heat has Al Pacino and De Niro in there. But a big reason why Heat is amazing because of Michael Mann's outstanding script. Yes, Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman were amazing, but a lot of the reason why that is good is because Frank Darabont did an excellent adaptation of Stephen King's book. So a lot of the reason why films are trash is not because the acting is bad. It's not because the director is bad. It's because the screenplay is trash. Script is trash. Most films you see with an amazing director and amazing actors that ends up being bad is bad because the writing is bad. So writing is needed. Quality writers are needed. So, and you've got to pay them because they are crucial. It's not that they're important. Writers, specifically good writers, are pivotal. A director cannot direct without a freaking script. An actor cannot improvise a whole movie. An actor can improvise a scene, a few scenes. An actor cannot improvise a whole thing. Because remember, they said to Al Pacino that, man, you're so good as Tony Montana. How are you able to act that? And Al Pacino was like, yeah, cool. All I was doing was reading the words that Oliver Stone wrote. So without those amazing words of Oliver Stone, you don't get a Tony Montana in Scarface. So yes, I know how I interpreted it was amazing. But still, I was fully reliant on the words that came out of Oliver Stone's head. So, very important. But my thing though with the studios is they want to make money. And they know that they've got away with making crazy amounts of money through streaming without actually paying these guys what they're earning. So, I don't know how that gets resolved. AI. The studios know that, look, bro, because it is so interesting, and especially a lot of you guys who I know are into like computer programming. Because studios are like, wait a minute. If we can digitally reproduce an actor, keep their image legally, that's 20, 30 mil we have to give to DiCaprio or to Denzel or to Viola Davis or to Meryl Streep. We no longer have to give it to them because we have the digital reproductive image. But you see, that's what I said that for background actors. Oh, background actors are screwed. Oh no, you're fully screwed because, yeah. But for the main actors where your eyes are focused on, the technology just isn't. For you to have AI to be able to fully digitally reproduce an actor in a way where we can't tell the difference is going to take about 10, 20 years time, maybe even more. Because we are not, it's not even close. Because it looks so awkward. Like, we're like, oh, but it is still, we're still very far away from 100%, not 99, 100% creating the human movement and likeness to absolute precision of human beings. But that's what studios want to do. These guys are super rich people who want to get richer. I'm sorry. Like, guys, see, I'm just here being real. Because I was just watching on YouTube Guys like Bryan Cranston, Christian Slater, Wendell Pierce, all these guys like being very passionate about it. And yes, fight these guys and so on. But this is the scary reality. You see, these top actors like Bryan Cranston and these guys, they're fighting for the lower case actors. Those, because I think they were said like I think 85% of actors can't qualify for healthcare insurance, which I think is like 27,000. So they're fighting because they're good. Like a Bryan Cranston, you're good. Steve Buscemi, you're good. It's for the lowercase guys that they're fighting for. But these studios, they don't give it. They want to make more money. They're like, wait a minute. I earned 200 mil. Oh, but give us 10 mil. No. I know it sounds harsh, but like, no, I don't want to give it. I don't want to give it 20 more. But no, I want to earn more money because my lifestyle is in full correlation with earning 200 Christina millions a year. So no, I don't want to give you more freaking money. So let's see how this goes because where this is going, Napoleon is going to be postponed. Dune 2 is going to be postponed. But movies have reached such crapness overall that maybe this is what the industry needs, just to take a reset, take a pause, and to revitalize. And maybe this is where anime now fully takes over, man. Thank goodness for football, man. Peace out.